welcome to a special edition of Evening Talk. This is Women's Month. Actually, it's Women's History Month, but we're calling it Women's Month. I decided to skip all the goals, like and share and all this. I do that after the show. I want to jump in, and ladies, this is y'all's night. I'm giving y'all an opportunity to come in, comment your questions because I'm joined by not only my coworker but my friend. Now look, I can pick with her. She gonna get back with me. I can pick with her. The rest of y'all can't. So I'll join with Tarmika White. Tarmika, what's up?
Hi, Mr. Frazier.
So, as stated, it is Women's Month.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do a lot of politicking on here, but I say, you know what, for March, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to go a different route. So I said, I want to do an episode where, it's something meaningful. It's, people can, get out of. So I said, well, March is Women's History Month. I said, why not do a show in honor of the women?
Right.
And I said, but I need to find somebody that's going to join me that really not afraid to speak her mind about, what a woman wants.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I got to get my friend Tarmika out here. So Tarmika, again, welcome.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Because, we as men, we don't always get it right. We don't always get it right.
Right.
Now, I cannot tell the viewers out there what a woman wants because I'm not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Exactly.
So, from your perspective as a woman, explain to the viewers and some of us men out there,
Ooh.
what do a woman want in a man? You got the floor.
For starters, thank you for having me. Plus, March is my birthday month. Yay.
See,
Uh, which is Wednesday. But anyway, um, what women want. I look at it two ways because if you're asking as for a single woman,
mm-hmm.
as far as a single woman, I know commitment.
Right,
Got to have commitment.
right.
And commitment to me comes with a lot. Um, because once a woman get into a relationship, there's where the trust, the faith, all of that come in.
Mm-hmm.
And once you break that, it's kind of hard to
Right,
get back. But a woman, like I said, commitment. That woman want a man that's gonna show love,
right,
affection. Don't lose like your love and affection because some men do get how you can say comfortable with a woman,
mm-hmm.
and that's when speaking from me, that's when a woman start looking or lurking elsewhere.
Right,
So you got to have that number one thing is a woman wants commitment.
right, right.
So that's my perspective as a single woman. But I also was talking to Mr. Frazier Friday. And he told me to just hold it. And I was like, as far as it's in a marriage too, a married woman.
Right, right.
They want things too out of a marriage, and you wouldn't even think that.
Right.
because you can. They'll probably be in a marriage for so long to where the spark, the flame, the fire, all that just go out the window. So now that married woman is looking like, okay, where is the commitment?
Right.
Where is the love that I was getting at first? Versus to now, you got comfortable with me,
Mhm.
and I shouldn't have to go looking and seeking elsewhere, especially in a marriage, because this is the adultery. So we don't want to go in it. But yeah, single women, I say commitment is the number one thing that we look for.
Right. And it's funny you said that because you know, years ago, and this is when I was living in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I actually had a young lady. We were real good friends, and she wanted my advice on dating and stuff, and I gave her my advice, but I also told her you might want to go to a woman and let them explain to you better than I can, because see, I can sit up here and tell you the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Get up there and you and this guy y'all start dating, all of a sudden things don't work out, and
Right.
then you come back to me and you chewing my head.
Mad. Mad at you.
So,
Yeah.
and like you said, commitment is one thing. When I first met Brianna,
Mm-hmm.
and during that time, I just had got out of a bad relationship. It really wasn't a relationship. It was just some mess that
Right.
I had gotten myself into, and it was hell getting out until one day something just popped off, and then I said, "Hey, forget this." But anyway, uh, when I first met Brianna, and we talked a long time. And she basically told me the same thing you telling me is that
Exactly.
she wanted, commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, years after we started dating, and then whatever we finally got married, then not only commitment but trust was added.
Right.
So it was now commitment and trust.
Yeah.
Now, not only that commitment and trust, but she just wanted to be loved,
Right.
treated like a woman. Now, I will say this about her: she never, ever, ever um asked me to give her all my money,
Uh-huh.
and this and that. She never does that. She never did that. But as a woman, I wanted her to like kind of like, for example, one day she was like, I want to ask you something,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want you to get mad. I'm like, what you mean get mad? I said, what is it? She said, can I have $20? Now this was during the time we was newlyweds.
Right.
I said, why didn't you ask me for the money in the first place? I
Yeah.
mean, we married now. Take that money. Ask,
Pride.
whatever.
Her
You
pride.
know, right. And she was like, well, and which I can understand what she was saying, that, she's been out of a relationship for years.
Mm-hmm.
So she was always independent. And I love that for a woman to be independent, dependent and independent. Um, Now, some guys say, well, I'm going to take care of my woman, this and that. Sometimes you got to watch that
Exactly.
because, yeah, they taking care of that woman, but they also dogging that woman out.
Yeah.
So
That's just to get you.
yeah, I remember I was watching a video on Facebook and I was trying to find that video to show America, but I couldn't find it nowhere. But it was this guy, he was probably about 65, 70 years old. He's sitting in the barber shop telling everybody, I'm the boss that pays the cost. My wife ain't got to pay no bills. She ain't got to do this. She ain't got to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, you beating that woman, aren't
Yeah,
you? You
it's
dog that
something.
woman out.
It's
So,
something.
right. And then, which I could be wrong, but that's the mentality of a man these days. When they take care of a woman, it's like half the time they don't want that woman going out doing nothing. She can't go out with her
Oh
friends. She
no.
can't. It's like
Mm-mm.
she's like, you
She's
know,
stuck.
she's stuck. And when the guy kept talking, I'm like, I don't know. But then he would try to like bust other brothers out because he said, well, there ain't no such thing as paying. Ain't no such thing as 50-50. I'm thinking to myself, well, that's true, but
It
back
is.
in your time it wasn't. But today,
Yeah.
things are gone up.
Relationships, it requires 50-50.
Right. And that's not only 50-50. Well, let's put it like this, 100-100.
Exactly.
Like the bills and all that's 50-50. But a relationship is 100-100. So,
Yeah.
I mean, when the guy was just crazy. But like I said, it's just like a woman don't like to be tied down.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm just, I,
No.
they don't like to be tied down. Even married women don't like to be tied down.
No. They don't.
Because I'm like this. If my wife asks me right now, tell me right now, I'm going to so and so's house, her best friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, go on, have fun. Be careful. I don't have to sit up there and be like, let me see where this girl at. Where you at?
Yeah.
I
Or
already know where she at.
yeah.
And I know she's gonna come
Some
home
of
to me.
them share locations too. Yeah. They share locations. Just no.
And I.
That's where the trust come in. It.
Right,
And then
right,
I understand some of them share location to be on a safe side, but I don't know. I don't get that.
right, right. Um, so and you probably heard this too. The old folks used to say, if you want you a telling the women, you want you a good man, why don't you go to the church? Now, back in the day, you could go to the church and find you a good man.
Hmm. Could keyword.
But this is the 21st century,
Exactly.
and you ain't gonna find too many good men in the church.
No, because they too busy coding inside the church.
Right,
So that's gonna be hard.
right.
Yeah.
Um, it is something. My one of my cousins, female cousins, and we was at a gospel singing somewhere, and it was years ago. She was like, because one of my homeboys came to me, like, who is that? I told her right off the bat, you don't want him. You don't want
Right.
him.
No.
The first thing I said, oh, you just what I'm jealous for. No. I know what he all about.
Exactly.
And no, I'm not hooking you up. I don't want to
Right.
get your feelings hurt. I don't.
But they don't understand though. But it's like I say, it's hard it's really hard to these days, these times, to be in a faithful relationship. And
Mhm.
if you do get in one, like I said, it's like it's 9 times out of 10 that man is gonna commit or be faithful. Like, um, I've been in a relationship for 11 years now. Last month made 11 years.
Mhm.
And when you came to me about this topic and this, and I was like, huh. And the only thing I can think about is what want in a relationship, what I've been wanting in a relationship, and I constantly like stress and stress and stress, to the person.
Right.
A lot of people are like, well, how long you been in a relationship? I like 11 years. Oh, that's common law. No, I don't believe in it.
Mhm.
It ain't on paper, none of that.
Right.
And if I'm the type of person where I'm telling you, I'm stressing to you, I'm giving out hints, and you not catching on. That's
Right.
where, going back to when we first started, I was saying the word lurking,
Mhm.
because I've been with you for 11 years and I told you what I want in a relationship. You
Right.
yet have to give me what I want. So now it's like, okay, I'm turning my head. I'm looking off, looking elsewhere, because it's somebody somewhere gonna give a woman what she want, what she's looking for.
Right.
You know, it's not that we go searching, it's not that we go looking.
Mhm.
It be sometimes it be right in our face.
Exactly.
You know, you can be working with this person, you could be going to church with this person,
Right.
and it's like right up under your nose, but you're dealing with a situation back at home
Mhm.
with this person that got too comfortable. The love is gone out the door.
Mhm.
Probably caught this person, so now it's hard for you to trust, because once that happens, once that trust is broken, oh, it's a lot to come back from.
Right.
Trust,
Right.
you have to trust is it's a word.
I agree. I agree.
Trust
Trust, and
is a word.
yeah, it's matter
I
of fact.
If you don't even have to be in a relationship, or be with nobody, but to trust somebody, you can have a friend,
Mhm.
and once that friend break that friendship, that trust, it's hard to trust that person again.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true. I tell you this. Which I'm glad we're having this conversation tonight because, like I said, it's a lot of women out there. I feel they want someone in their life, but they don't want to like get their hearts broken.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 'Cause I mean, you
It's
can
a lot of
see.
scarred and scorned women. You said something earlier that caught my attention too, and uh, you were saying about Miss Frazier. You was like she was looking for love.
Mhm.
It's a lot of women out here that go through in a relationship or family relationship and stuff, and they look for love in the wrong place. And like you were saying, when the man was saying, he'll take care of you, that
Mhm.
be a setup to me sometimes, because in your mind, okay, my dad mistreated me,
Right.
this man mistreated me, but you
Right.
stand in my face saying that you would take care. You giving me everything I want and ever needed.
Right.
But like you said, once you get in that relationship with that man, now you're tied down. You can't go nowhere unless you tell me. I got to know your every move.
That's right.
Now
He,
you in your mind thinking, I should have never got in this relationship, but he was giving me what I want. So now I'm stuck. How can I get out of it?
Right.
You know, some men be like, well, to death do us part, or if I can't have you, nobody can't have. So now you stuck. So you have to be careful. Now, women have to be careful when it comes to a man was like what I want. They'll give you what you want all day long, but it's consequence behind it.
That's right. That's right.
It-
That's right.
you got
I
to
know
be
what you
careful.
mean. I be watching, which I'm not too crazy about them. Some of these
Uh,
reality shows,
yeah.
and I be seeing, yeah, they're the power couple. They got the
Exactly.
money, but we don't know what their marriage or their relationship is all about.
Exactly.
So,
You
'cause I
have
was
celebrity married couple go through more than do the most with the regular couple. And you would think in your mind, man, these people got all this money and y'all going through.
that's
No,
right,
you don't know what it took for her to get with this, with him. He was giving her what she wanted.
exactly. Um, you know, and I'm gonna use Brianna and I for example.
Okay.
She, cause I, one thing about a woman, and I can say about this, we
Yeah.
can't read their minds.
Yeah.
But if you've been around them long enough,
Yeah.
you can read that body language.
Come on. Come on. You got
So it was one day, and I don't know if it was a birthday. It was a birthday. It was like, I want to say it was like either 2020 or 2021. And she didn't know I was planning her birthday. I
uh
was planning a little birthday dinner. And I had invited some of everybody. No, it was 2022. Yes, 2022. And I was planning all this stuff out and everything. She knew nothing about this. And one thing she had told me said she liked to be surprised. She
exactly.
didn't want to hear no hints about it. I'm bad about that. I will give hints in a minute. She'll get mad.
No, please don't tell me.
so
I'm like her.
so I told her, I said, okay, so I said, for your birthday, we're gonna go out somewhere. It's me and you. And I sat up there and I blindfolded her, got in the car. Well, got in the car blindfolded her. She said, where we going? I said, don't worry about it. Just, you know, and I'm driving all over Jonesboro. I'm thinking we going like to Memphis somewhere, whatever. And but I had her birthday dinner at Chili's.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I love about Brianna, she's not the type person that she don't like all the lavish stuff. If you do something for her and it's a surprise, I'm telling you, she will cry.
Yeah.
She will cry. I mean, it's like she loves that. So we get the Chili's now. Mind you, she don't know that we're there. That's where we're going. And I get out the car, and before getting out the car, I say, "Hey, sit right here. I'm gonna go around, get you whatever." So open the door, got her out. She got the car, closed the door behind her. We walking. She was like, "Where we at?" First of all, she wore some heels like this. She almost fell. I said, "Babe, what you doing?" I almost fell. I said, "Look, just relax
And walk.
and just walk." So we get up to that little step. She said, "Make a step." So made a step. We go with the Chili's. Now, mind, she still don't know what's going on. So she walks up in there. Everybody sitting up in there looking at her and stuff. Took that blindfold out like surprise, and that girl mouth just dropped.
Yeah.
It just dropped, and that's what I love most about her is that, like I said, she's not a person that's all about lavish. Now, there are times I will get a little, lavish or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but with her, it's always the thought that counts. And I
Right.
believe some women, yes, they might want that lavish lifestyle, but I know some women would say, hey, if we just have, if you just give me like roses or candy or just call me and say I love you or send me a sweet text. See, that's the things women want. Now, you got to
The,
watch some other women out there that when, you know, they try to tell those women, hey, I think that's lying. He ought to be giving you this. He should be giving you that. You know those women out there, do that crazy talk. And but yeah, a woman don't have to have the world.
mm-mm.
I tell them, you know what? I have told women in the past. They tell me, give me the world. I say, I can't give you the world.
Right.
It don't belong to me. Oh, it don't belong to
It don't.
me. So you just have to get what I give you.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about her. And then, date nights. Our date nights will consist of going to um, you know, the movies.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's just you don't have to go all out the way for a woman unless you want to.
And some men don't understand it.
We don't.
They
Some
don't.
men, some men don't. Men, I'm sorry, y'all can cuss me out. I don't care. We we don't understand.
Uh-uh.
We don't understand.
It's hard because, like in my relationship, it's hard for him because I'm listening to you as you said when Miss Frazier, you can just surprise her with it's the little things. See, and it's like in my relationship, I try to get my significant other to understand it's the little things you can do for me. Like you said, I can come in here and I got roses or flower, any kind of flower, balloons. I'm be like, it's gonna be like, wow, why? Just because I don't like to, and this is in my relationship, I don't like to tell you out of 11 years, I shouldn't have to tell you what I like, what I want. You should know me by now, you know. But he say, he says I'm picky. I'm not. To where if he do wants to buy me something like for my birthday or say Valentine's or whatever, instead of him buying, he would call me. You like this? And it been some time like, mm-mm. Like,
Mhm.
oh no. So now he asks me, well, he been asking, what do you like? What do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, so my birthday, like I said, is Wednesday the 12th. And this morning, I'm getting ready for work after shower and stuff. And I was looking on the bed because I had my clothes laid out. So I'm
Mhm.
looking on the bed, I see a Coach bag. So I'm looking like, okay. And when I looked in the bag, it's some
Mhm.
perfume.
Mm.
Now, I just went 2 weeks ago to Coach because I've been telling him about this perfume, for a little while now because I ended up smelling a sample of it.
Right.
But I went to Coach over the weekend and got me two different fragrance from them.
Mhm.
But anyway, so like I said, when I opened the Coach bag this morning, it was the exact same perfume I had just bought me. But I didn't say, I already got it. I was like, oh. So I took it out the bag and just put it on the dresser where my other one's at. Plus, it's a bigger bottle. So, hey.
Mhm.
And so this evening, he come in from where we was discussing it. He was like, you already got this. So when I looked, I was like, yeah. But it actually smelled good, because he know I don't like loud scents. So he did good this go round. I'm gonna give him his props on this. He did good, but like yeah, some women don't like uh, a man. I don't like. Don't ask me what I like and what I want. Like figure it out. Just because it can be a
Right,
graphic tee, a pair of socks, something. And that's where a lot of men lack it too, because like I said, you done got in this relationship because you're going off what the woman want, and you done forget how to surprise her,
right,
or just because her.
right,
We, I mean, it's still out here, and it's still a lot of women out here that like that, and you have to continue that. Continue it in the relationship. Let a woman come home one day and she got a bad water, you know, cooked, or you know, picked her up from work, and you just, go like you said, you and your wife always doing stuff.
right.
You know, me and mine's no. And I be wanting to go out, but he was like, you have to tell me, what you want. No, I shouldn't have to tell you to take me out Friday night. Let's go catch a move. Let's go bowling. No,
Mm, right,
like you said, surprise me. I love surprises.
right. My Valentine night,
Uh-huh.
my pastor, he invited Brianna and I, the overseer, his wife, uh, and the secretary and her husband to their house, and we had like it was like a Valentine outing. It was nice, like real nice, and we played games and stuff. But the
Mhm.
one thing that we did is that we asked questions about how we could better our marriages.
Right.
And I'm not gonna lie, at one point as a man, that's something I didn't like really like dig, because I don't want everybody knowing my business or this and that, blah
Mhm.
blah blah. But when we sat and talked, because it's like, we was writing down a piece of paper, what do we want out of our relationships and all this and that. And as we were sitting there talking, it was like an eye opener. You know, I need to treat, not say I'm mistreating my wife, but I need to treat her better,
Yeah.
you know, do more.
Yeah. Cause you probably don't know, like, if you done slacked up a little bit, or
Right,
like I said, we know or whatever.
right. And that's how, and I mean, it was like I said, eye opener.
Mm-hmm.
It was a learning moment, and it was also a moment where I took heed of all that. I took all the information in,
Right.
everything. And women, let me say this: married women, and even single women who are dating, you are not going to have perfect relationships, and you're not going to have perfect marriages, because we all fall short.
Exactly.
We men, we fall short. And this is the
Women,
truth.
women too. Not just I'm walking in my house.
Okay.
Not just only men, but women fall short too. We do.
Because I know, because some women, it's like, it's not that, because my wife, and I can tell she's a caring and loving person,
Mm-hmm.
because she only wants the best for me. She tell, because I had health issues, still
Yeah.
have health issues. She been telling me, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor, go to the doctor. I said, I'm going, but I don't go. And it's like, we're doing this, doing that. Well, December 15th, I ended up in the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And guess who was right there?
Yeah.
Um, she was
Big
even
T
telling,
died.
Right. She was also telling the doctors about other health issues I had. And the
Right.
nurse coming there telling me, said, do you such and such? And said, and don't you lie to me. That was a woman that said that. Don't you lie to me.
Yeah.
I said, well, yes, that is true. And I looked at her and said, why did you tell that woman? But she only wants the best for me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
and that's always been Brianna.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I want the best for her too. Um, the
Because
one thing
we told on you a couple of times, especially when we had the little cookie swap.
I know y'all did.
And she came in there, we tell him, yeah. She was like, oh, I told this when she was like, oh, well, he's fine. I told him he can. I was like, oh, okay, because we sure was finna tell, we telling on him.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But I'm
but
telling
it's good she look out for you like that.
you, and now I just want to look out for her. You
Uh-huh.
know, there's one thing about a woman, and men, y'all listen to what I'm about to say. All seriousness. One thing I love about a woman, y'all some strong creatures.
Oh, Lord, say that again.
Y'all some strong creatures.
Exact. We are. It's, oh, God.
I'm
We,
not gonna lie.
we take, we can carry so much weight and you will never know anything about it.
Mm-mm.
When I say never know anything about it, and I'm speaking from experience because um I'm thinking, and I'm not afraid or to, share. I say it's a testimony. You know, I don't know if you was there, but I'm thinking you was there with us. But when you said that, it just did something to me because we are strong. Like I said, we carried a whole lot. It was at one point of time. It's been about a year and a half. I'm going to say almost 2 years now when I went through um what I went through. And only thing I can think about was my children.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, God, if I do this, how my kids gonna feel? Because I'm now being selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Not, and like minding you, I already had my baby boy lost his father. So in my mind, I'm like, if I do this, how will he feel? You know.
Right.
So that's why when you said it struck a nerve, Mr. Phrase, because we as women, it's some strong women out here. We carry and bear a lot. We deal with a whole lot. And it
Mm-hmm.
comes from even in the relationship. We deal with a lot because you're dealing with this man or your husband. And if y'all got kids, that's a lot on a woman's plate.
Mm-hmm.
Then work on top of that, man.
Right.
I'm talking stress.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so many days I done been stressed, but you will never know
Right.
because at work I'm a totally different person. I might be going through something now, but you would never know. I mean, I done came to work happy, smiling, playing, but I'm going through,
Mm-hmm.
you
Right.
know, and some days it's been hard to not just crack or just spaz out,
Mm-hmm.
at work to where I done went to the restroom and just, got myself together. Like, okay, come on. You can't let them see you like this. Because first thing it's about, girl, Miss White, what's wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when you said that just, man, we are some very strong women to deal with a lot.
Y'all
It's
are. I would say y'all.
man, especially.
Right. Cause I ain't gonna lie. One. I'm not trying to get political, y'all. I'm just making a point.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala Harris could have ran America. You know what the problem was? some of us men,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, some men didn't want a black woman in office. Some men didn't want a woman in office, period. And I got to say this. Yes, 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 yes. We've been taught that the man is the head of the household, which is true.
Uh-huh.
Which is true.
Yeah.
Man is the head of the household. Man is also the leader in the church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's the leader in the church. You've been
Yeah.
taught that. We have been taught that, like James Brown said, this is a man's world.
Right. Yeah.
But I hate to say it. I hate to say it. And I'm not gonna let my pride stop me from saying this.
It takes
But
whew.
men, I'm seeing women government officials.
Do it all.
I'm seeing women pastors. I'm also seeing a lot of women in the churches.
I was about to go there. I was about to go there, but yeah, come on.
Um,
Because it's still right today. It's still how you said, um, old school people in the churches. They still don't want to see no woman up there. And I went to a church, and it took a long. When I say a long time for some of them men's in the church to adjust to the women preachers, evangelists, whatever they want to call themselves. It took them a long time. They didn't even want them to get in the pulpit. Okay, they rather for them to stand down, like down at the pulpit, or whatever, and say what they had to say. But you have to respect it. If they have been called, they've been called.
true.
You know. So yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it reminded me of, I want to say it was last year, might have been the year before last, the National Baptist Convention.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually had an evangelist preaching up there. And I'm telling you, that woman was preaching. I'm
Yeah.
talking about everything Bible. She was coming out that Bible.
Yeah.
But when they aired the video on social media, they cut that part out.
Mm.
They cut part of her sermon out.
You got some, we ain't, to the people that's watching the video, we not getting all off the subject. But you have some good women, preacher, evangelist. I can understand some of them better. Like, well, with my pastor, I understand him 100%. Because the way he breaks it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister-in-law or whatever, I understand. It's like she can, it's like you get into that woman. It's like a woman can understand a woman better.
Right.
You know, they could be saying the same thing that the man just said, but it's just the way they tone, the way they say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the way
That's
they say it.
that's
But
true.
it's gonna always be a little messed up, in this world. I mean,
Yeah.
no matter who run it, how it's ran, woman,
Right.
man, it's gonna always be some kind of judgment or somebody against something.
That's right. That's
And
why
there,
you know what? Here's the problem with us men. And I'm gonna say this in a way I'm not trying to get explicit,
right,
but I'm just come on out with it. We as men, we play the game called who has the biggest package.
Uh-huh.
instead of trying to, you know, be the woman's helpmate, support her.
Hmm.
Because women need support too.
Do.
I'm gonna tell you, when I saw, and I'm not trying to, you know, make this about Kamala Harris. When I saw that woman walk on stage, I said, whew, that woman, that woman. Now Hillary, I ain't know nothing about. I knew about her, but I didn't know much about her.
Uh-huh.
But that lady right there, she gonna make some things happen. But I had a feeling
Mm-hmm.
it was gonna be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Twinkling of an eye, it was gonna be stopped.
Yeah.
I think about Queen Esther,
Mm.
and I hated that I didn't get to go see that play in Branson. Queen Esther was a leader. She had her own kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Elizabeth,
Hmm.
she had her own kingdom, and she had commonwealths all over the world.
Right.
Uh, who's the other one? Uh, Cleopatra.
Oh yeah. Strong women.
Strong women.
Yeah.
And, and strong women, to me, needs more support,
Mm. Whew.
more love.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's the moment where they need all that, because I wouldn't dare sit up there and let my wife, let's just say she was at a speaking engagement,
Mm-hmm.
and someone sits up there and says something off the wall to her. I wouldn't dare sit up there. Buddy, you gonna have to face me.
Right.
Either you gonna face me at the present moment, or we're gonna take it outside afterwards. But either way, you're gonna face me, because I'm
Exactly.
trying to protect my wife. Women need love, protection. They also, like you said earlier, they want that trust and that commitment. It
Yeah.
all comes right there. All is
You
like,
got to have all of that. You have to.
right.
That's all we ask for, And to me, it's not much. It's
It's not
not
much.
much.
It's
It's
not.
not the same way you had that, and you encourage yourself, build up your nerves to approach me. Somewhere in the back of your mind, you should have been thinking, like, okay, when I ask this lady for her number or however, I need to figure out what she want first. Because if she want a commitment, I might not be, willing and ready to give her a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, then okay, I might can deal with that, but I want to get to know this lady first because I
Right.
know what she done been through.
Exactly.
She might have been hurt, scarred, torn, dragged, all of the above.
Exactly.
And if she have, I might can, try to help her and fix that.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
right.
It's not much, man. It ain't much we want. Look,
Mm.
it's not much.
Really not.
It's
Just
not.
that we as men, we need to kind of, you know,
Get to know your lady first.
exactly.
Get to know
That's
her
all.
first, and then see what the wants.
Exactly. Because if we
Yeah.
don't, then
If you can't fulfill her every need and her commitments, then get out of it while you're ahead before you get into a whole month or a whole 2 weeks relationship. Miss Lady, I can't fulfill your wants and your needs. So I'm just,
right,
you know, excuse myself at this while we before we go ahead.
right, right. All right, listen, we're gonna take a short break. We're gonna come back. We'll close this thing out.
All right.
So, y'all, listen, if y'all watching this video, please share, 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 share.
Sure,
Tell
y'all.
your
Sure,
mama, tell your
y'all.
grandma, tell your sister, your sisterhoods, share this video. And these comments, I only got one comment, so y'all better come on with the comments because we about to close in another couple of minutes. So y'all sit tight. We'll be back with this break. All right, so we're back now. We're gonna close this thing out in a few minutes, but we're gonna keep on with this conversation. I remember we were talking about support. Um, Brianna, this is when we was working in Jonesboro Public Schools, and she was a parapro then,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked her about taking a job as a resource teacher. So, long story short, she had to take a series of tests. She studied day and night, day and night. Now, this is before children. Uh, Day and night she would study. I leave her be. You know what? Sometimes when I check, I'll say, "You want something?" No, I'm good. Whatever. But it was the days where she would go down to take the exams. On both days, I was with her. I sit out there in that lobby. I think one test lasted about almost 2 hours. I'm sitting out there in that lobby, whatever. I'm supposed to do that because I'm showing support for my wife.
Exactly.
And so after she passed all those tests, she had to take the foundation of reading. The foundation of reading is the test that you have to have passed before you can get your state license to teach.
Mm-hmm.
She already had a provisional license, but COVID hit, they extended it.
Right.
So we would go to Little Rock every other month. And the third time we went, she passed the test. Not only she passed the test, but she exceeded the passing score.
Mm-hmm.
And she was all happy and everything. And I'm telling you, just the support the support that I gave her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what more?
Right.
What more?
That's all some of us need too is support. We ask for support.
Yes. And you know, and I have told her this. She probably haven't, heard me when I say it, but she pushed me sometimes.
Right.
I'm working on an exam myself. Was studying for an exam.
Mm-hmm.
She pushes me. And that's what I love most about her. You know, not to make the show all about her. I'm just, making an example. Um,
I,
but
yeah.
it's just that men, and I'm gonna say this again, women want the support. First, they want the trust. They want the commitment, the love,
Mm-hmm.
and the support.
Support.
It,
I think because we'll support y'all quicker than you'll support us. I think like because with women's we have that how you say it, like I don't want to say like mother figure, but like that nature in us, you
mm-hmm,
know. It's like we know how to well some of us, know like what a man, wants and what they look for. So
mm-hmm,
that's why we so, soft hearted and when it comes to them, especially, with your husband or your boyfriend or whatever. We so soft hearted.
right.
But once again, when you break that trust and all of that the above, then oh my goodness. It's
Yeah.
kind of hard, but we still, we'll still deal with it.
Mm-hmm. And
We'll
that's true.
yeah.
Right. It's
We're
true.
not so easy to just give up on that man.
Right.
Especially if you love that man and y'all have been through a lot. It's gonna be hard to just throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Right. I had told Brianna some years, well, I tell her this all the time. I said, look, if anything happens to you,
Mm.
I won't even marry no more.
Uh-huh.
She was like, don't say that. I said, I'm saying that.
No.
And the reason being is because this goes back to what a woman wants. Let's just say Brianna right now, the good Lord would take her right now. And it's months, maybe a year or two later, and I meet somebody else. Well, that woman may not want to do the same thing that Brianna done.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a difference because I have seen men and women, you know, when they lose their significant other or their
Mm-hmm.
cousin, whatever, they'll they'll get involved with somebody else and marry them. But all along, it ain't what it is.
They probably try to nurture that person into being like the person that they lost,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or be like, well, well, she liked it, my wife, but she liked it this, so why you don't like, and
Right,
that's where it'll get to the point where I'm not your wife, or I'm not your ex-husband or your ex-wife. Sorry about your loss, but no,
right,
you know, or like you said, some of them just won't get with nobody else because in their mind they don't feel like nobody else will compare and be compatible to that person that they lost.
right. And that's
Yeah.
true. That is true. That is so true. Well, Tarmika, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much for being on here tonight. You got